Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the finale of Wario Land 3. In the last episode, we gathered the vast majority of treasures. We did 8 in one episode, it was awesome, and in this episode, we'll be getting the final few. So we're going to start with Sea Turtle Rocks, where the change was the night vision goggles we got from the East Crater, which changed that creepy dark room. So if you remember, that was just along through here. And then there's a musical coin up there, but that's kind of out of the way. And we come through here, because this room's kind of lit up slightly now. This is... oh. Yeah, meant to say. Watch out for the laser. Because that hurts. Oh, nearly fell off the edge there. And here's something we haven't seen for a while. These stupid annoying things. Anyway, jump off here. And walk underneath, well, crouch underneath. Back onto it, back over the top. And then we go. And... boink! And we come up here, and just very much naturally get the blue key. This is a tiny treasure, potentially one of the shortest in the game. I think the shortest we've ever done one in starting an episode at least was doing one in the first 1 minute 30, which I believe was the red treasure on Bank of the Wild River, the magnifying glass one that's just like, find 2 rooms on the main level. But this one, you know, is going to come close. Musical coin and bam. Start of episode to finish, that's 1 minute 19 that was, so... that might be a record, not sure. Very straightforward treasure though. And this is a... for reasons that will hopefully become clear soon, if not I will explain them, this treasure is hilarious to me. This is the full moon gong. Observe. Gong. Gong my... oh, that just does not sound at all like a gong. It sounds like a painfully powerful bowel movement. Oh, it's like the dirty ass disaster gong, more than the full moon gong. Anyway, because obviously this treasure involves the moon, so it can only be done at night. I lied, by the way, when I said there was no more treasures that changes the map. Apparently this one does, but it doesn't change it at daytime, therefore it probably won't update on the visualizer, but it might, who knows. Anyway, fortunately now we're coming to above the clouds for the final time as well, but last time pays for all. So for this one, we have to get all the way to the top of the level, so I will meet you up by the balloon. So, from here, we of course proceed even higher. As I've said, whatever else I say about this level, I do like the fact that each subsequent treasure is slightly higher than the last. We need to grab the blue key from there. Our real goal is that moon door, but of course, that's only where the treasure is, so there's no point in getting there if we haven't actually got the key. But it's pretty simple to just get back to where we were there now. It's an odd thought, the kind of whole having a door in the moon thing, but hey, this game's done weird as shit, let's be honest. And there we go. Now we come to an extremely weird part. Yeah, this is what the interior of the moon looks like. It kind of reminds me of if you ever played Super Mario Land, the first one on, that was specifically on Game Boy, then this kind of looks like the Chai Kingdom from that. But... very few people have played that game or remember it. Now what we need to do is crouch here and get kind of hit through by that bird. It's bizarre. Oh! Well, oh, nope, nope! Ugh, yeah, if you fuck that up, you fall back down to here. So that's why it's important to open that shortcut there that I just did. Because this is actually a surprisingly difficult move to make. I was just fortunate that I did it twice in a row, apparently. What we need to do is come... oh! Well, I made exactly the same... fuck up there, didn't I? Let's try that a third time. I should probably just cut back, but hey. Final episode, don't care. One of the nice things about being the final episode is this is the first and only episode for which I have not started a timer, because usually obviously I start a timer and then I start and stop it whenever I plan to start and stop the recording in order to... oh, now I've bollocks it up. In order to, like, know how long... in order to know how long the level's going to be, the episode's going to be. But of course for this one, I know this is going to be the finale. Like, oh my god, I'm stupid. Yeah, I've promised myself it's going to be the finale. Therefore, this episode will be as long as it is. As long as it is. Idiot. That almost worked. That was close. That's the closest I've been so far, and that was a cock-up. Right, let's be careful this time. Crouch! Stupid bird! There you go. Right, we should be able to make it this time. Wallop! Oh no, I jumped too late. Ugh. There we go. Now we're under it. Now we should just be able to go way! There we go. Oh, and that's just done with above the clouds. Stupid thing. And we only have one more treasure left to do until we're back on track. So this is the pickaxe, which causes one of the final few changes in the game. Well, anything we do is the final anything in the game, but yes. You remember a few episodes where I told you to remember that trans-dimensional void in the East Crater? Well, here we go. This also means we don't really have to proceed through much of the East Crater again. It's only the first two treasures. It's only the first two treasures where you really have to get down to that annoying bottom bit. These later ones are less annoying, but we still need to do this very beginning bit, so let's just... Actually, this is an annoying treasure anyway. So, the treasure thing. Firstly, kill the Applebee. You'll thank me later. And then secondly, what we have to do is, this is a juggling-based level of basically, the trick is about launching this pot thing. I still haven't worked out what these are. There you go. Oh no, I dropped it. Basically, you got to launch them across here, and just in time to like catch them on the other side. But the timing is slightly annoying on it. Like you have to do it quite quick. I had that and then I dropped it. What are you doing, Wario? Flubbing the catch. There we go. Let's chuck that. And then you can go up there for a musical coin, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to jump that there. And then over here. Oh, no, I bollocksed it. Let's try that again. At least they'll give you a kind of another one here to do it again. What? I don't know. Like, it always feels like you have to jump to catch it, but in reality, you don't. There we go. And let's smash through there. Now let's get the blue key. One of our final blue keys. I could say that about almost anything in this episode, that it's our final anything, because it is. Sad, but true. Like, I've loved doing this Let's Play. This has probably been... I think the LP it's one of the ones I've wanted to do since I started, but it's also the one I've probably been most consistently... It might be just because it's been irregular... Well, not irregularly, but it's not been updating that much. It's only been updating twice a week. So I think it's a combination of that and the fact that, like, there are no slow parts in this game. It's just, it's all good, at least to me. So, like, every time I've thought about this LP, like, about recording it or editing for it, I've always been excited for it. I've always been like, yeah, Wario! It's never kind of like, it's never slowed down. It's never got to a point where it feels like it's at all dragging. And I guess that's really good. As I say, I hope that comes down to the fact that the game is awesome, at least for me. This is definitely one of my all-time favourite games. I wouldn't say it's my favourite, but I wouldn't say any one game is my favourite, because a lot of games do different things. But anyway, this is the earthen figure, which, of course, does nothing. And that's the end of the massive chain of divergences we started. We're back in the grey treasure of the East Crater when we got the golden gloves, our final power-up. At that time, I told you that what we were supposed to do was cast Evolutions green, so indeed, that's what we're going to go and do now. So I will see you at the green chest room. So, once you're at the green treasure room, don't go through it, and don't flick the switch. Instead, just hop down here. If you'd flick the switch, then those barriers would be in the way, which would prevent you from lifting this burr bear, which you can then use to get through here. If you remember all the way back, yeah, this treasure was unlocked by the golden gauntlets, therefore the ability to lift large enemies. So that's mostly what we're kind of looking for here. We came across here once in order to... bollocks. We came across here once in order to get the red key, but what we're doing is actually proceeding all the way along here because we couldn't get there. Well, we could get there earlier, but we couldn't do anything. I didn't even bother at the time showing you why we couldn't do anything, but that's because there's this hammer bot, and what we need to do is break through there, which of course we couldn't do without the golden gauntlets, and apparently I can't do with the golden gauntlets either, so that's not particularly good. Right, let's just wait for him to move. Yeah, sneaky. Oh, bollocks! Well, there we go. I thought it was completely stuck. That would be ridiculous. Oh, what the? I don't even know what's going on here. Anyway, there's this whole bouncy arena, but we don't really want to actually do anything with it yet. What we want to do is, that one's caged, so we want to actually go through here and release poor Nicholas from his cage. I'm an idiot. Anyway, here, use a, if you can, yeah, ground pound here, and slide under here, and while that spearhead is stunned, otherwise he will knock you back through the hole, flick the switch to free the spearhead we just saw, and do something else useful as well. And come up through here. And with that hammerhead now freed, hammerbots, what do you call me, hammerheads? I'm dumb. Anyway, there are two potential ways here, one's for a musical coin, but the key is up to the left. Go for the right for the musical coin, which I'm not going to do. And come on, I'm just going to make it in time. Just got it. Awesome. Let's see if we can... well, actually, we can get a musical coin as well. I think there's another musical coin off to the right there. But anyway, you've worked out by now how the Castle of Illusions works, I'm sure. Therefore, I will see you back at the green chest room. And the chest is, of course, just over to the right here. Now, let's see who can remember what the final level we've got to do left. We've literally got one treasure, the final musical box. Therefore, there's only one level, which we haven't got a blue treasure in. Who can remember which one it is? It's quite logical when you think about it. This powder, is the magical dust, unlocks that final change. Of course, perfectly. It ends where it all began, in Out of the Woods. Just a nice little touch. So, you saw the place where it kind of happened was that tree. I still haven't quite worked out what I think is going on there, whether the powder is just kind of like somehow opening the tree, or whether it's... I always thought that it was making it sneeze, but it doesn't actually sneeze, it just kind of opens its gob, so I don't know. Anyway, we're pretty much there. I was going to cut, but there's not really any point in it now, because we can just skip all this crap out, and we can just enter it, because it's a door. And now the rest of the level is proceeding up the tree. There's all these donut blocks here, but for now, actually ignore them. They're only a way down in order to get a musical coin, which I'll be doing later on. So, yeah, when I say this is the finale, obviously, it's the finale, but not the final episode, if you get my meaning. It's a slightly different thing. Basically, after this, I will be doing some bonus episodes, 2 specifically, maybe more, but, well, I'll be doing 2 bonus things. One is the game in the colourless mountain that we've unlocked now. Oh, yeah, you need to bounce off the bird there. One is the game in the colourless mountain that we unlocked by the 7 crayons, and the other one... There's the blue key, weirdly enough. And the other one is the musical coins. So first, in order to unlock all the stuff in that hill, you need the musical coins anyway, so I'm going to do, like, a rapid summary of where all the musical coins are, and then... Yeah, now you have to do it all from the bottom. So I'm going to do first a rapid summary of like where all the musical coins are that we haven't got so far, just kind of whizzing through the rest of them, doing some cleanup. And then I'll kind of show off those final mini-games in that hill, which is going to be intensely good fun. And then that will be done, but of course I'm counting this as the official finale, because in terms of everything we've been working to achieve, and like the actual content of the game, it is the finale. Those 2 are more bonus episodes. But... we can now continue on upwards to where we were at. Obviously, you don't need to go and get the key now, but I would recommend you do. Technically, you would have another chance to get it, but it makes more sense to get the key before going up to the top. Because, what have we not had in a while? A boss! This is, I think it's called a monster or something weird like that. This is going to be the only episode for which oh, okay, that's how it killed you, by the way. This is going to be the only episode featuring a boss which is not named after that boss. Because as you can see, this has a different name. Because that makes more sense with the overall plot. At least we can't go down much further than this. There's this handy ladder in the way. But yeah, so a monster is that silly spider who throws you out of his lair by turning you into string ball, and he's probably the most, of all the bosses we've faced so far, he's probably the most, he's the one that I think you're most likely to fail against. There is at least, I think, a nice general learning curve with the bosses of getting slightly more difficult as they go along, except for I think Hammer Boy, like the first one, the Hammer Doll, I think is really difficult. Anyway, I fucked it up, but how you're supposed to deal damage to him is you dodge his string ball thing until it settles on the ground. I still can't work out if they move towards you or if they just move randomly, but then you wait for him to come down and you wallop him in the face with it. Then keep moving at this part because he will try and drop on you. When he does, wallop him. And there you go. He goes green, then he'll go red, then he'll die. But yeah, like, I think Dollboy was an odd boss to start off with. Oh yeah, he fires 2 shots now instead of just the 1. Yeah, Dollboy was an odd one to start off with because I think it's really difficult when you've not faced a boss before. But the rest of them kind of scale proportionally. Like, I would say before this guy, Germano's probably one of the hardest, the Ghost Pirate, because he's kind of horrible. But that might just be because I was shit scared of him as a kid. Anyway, we now... Oop! Yeah, if you don't keep moving there, he will land on top of you. But... If he lands on top of you to the right, he can send you flying out the window, but yeah, I was fortunate there. Of course, now he fires 3 instead of... I think he moves slightly faster, and yeah, he fires 3 instead of 2, but it's the same process. Whip! And then we keep moving here, because of course he aims to land on you, so... And Boosh! Oh no. Boo! Oh, what? He can move? I've honestly never had him in that form and not actually dealt damage to him, so I've not seen that before. Anyway, his little fuzzballs come down, and obviously if you haven't got the key, now's the time to go get it. But here's the final chest. No gift prizes for guessing what it contains, being as though 2 parts of the visualizer will, on both the left and right, will also tell you what is here, and it's the damn final treasure. We know exactly what it's going to be, but still. Surprise! It's the final musical box. Let's see what it sounds like. And now that's certainly something we've not seen before. Changing the temple, because of course, with all the... we don't need all the treasures for it, we have all the treasures coincidentally, but we have all 5 musical boxes, so we can help the hidden figure get his powers back. Let's enter the temple. Wonderful work, Wario. Now, replenish my power. Finally, I am myself again! Now I can rule this world, and the outer one as well! I need you no longer, Wario. I will crush you like a bug! And so, we now come to the final boss, Rudy the Clown. He's the only boss that can actually see when he does that attack, when he crushes his hands together. He is the only boss that can actually literally kill Wario. That's how you fight him. You butt stomp on his hands and then throw it into his nose. If he catches you between his hands, rather than like just shocking or something like that, he will kill you. You will get a game over and have to start again. Well, they start again from the boss battle, and he is the only enemy in the game that is literally capable of killing you, which kind of makes sense. Shows at least on the scale of the music box world, he has phenomenal cosmic power. But he also it's weird, I think he takes either 4 or 5 hits. I think it's 4, weirdly enough, which is extremely... Yeah, when you start doing damage to him, he gets faster at doing his... Oh, bollocks, I dropped it. He gets faster at doing his diving attack, because usually it goes truck, chow, rip, but there it just went wow, rip, straight away. His fisting attack... not his fisting attack, his punching attack. Right, okay. I was going to say his punching attack doesn't kill you, it just shocks you, but now the serious music has started, which means 1 more hit and he's down. And wallop! Thank you very much. Long ago, this was a peaceful world. But that meddlesome being appeared and tried to take control. We managed to seal away his power in the 5 music boxes. But he used the last of his power to change us into strange beings. Fearing his return, we tried to stop you. But we never thought that you would defeat him. Thank you very much. So we give you all the treasure you have collected so far. Now then, let me send you back to your own world. And there we go, we have completed Wario Land 3. It's a straightforward final boss, and it's good fun generally, but obviously this is not a plot-driven game by any definitions, but I really like that kind of, not so much twist, but just like plot thing of, obviously it's not such a twist that the hidden figure was evil, he was suspicious from the start, but the idea that all the enemies were the normal people who were trying to stop you because they didn't want you to bring him back, but didn't ever think that you might actually be able to defeat him, I think that's a brilliant little kind of bit of a twist. Twist isn't quite the right word, but it's just like an idea. It's not one I've seen in other games, and indeed, it's one of the things I love so much about this game is I've not ever come across a game like it, like in the kind of doing each level 4 times, but with like changes over the map. It's kind of like a collectathon, but it's not a collectathon. Like, I really can't easily define what this game is. Incidentally, as I said throughout the whole thing, I really like the music in this game, and also this music that's currently playing, the credits music, is potentially definitely makes the top 10 of my all-time favourite video game music. It's brilliant, which is why I put it at the end of every single episode so far, as you've hopefully no doubt noticed. It's brilliant, but also look how short the credits are. I think the production team on this game was something like 12 people, and they made one of the greatest games of all time, in my opinion. Underrated, but brilliant. And that's what I was looking for. You only get this additional screen if you have got all 100 treasures and then beat Rudy the Clown. And it's worth it, this funky bit of tunage that tells you you have 100% of the game. Technically, we haven't yet, and this is what brings me on to my next issue, which is what's going to happen next. So, like I mentioned, there'll be 2 bonus episodes of this. One focusing on musical coins, and one focusing on the secret mini-game. After those 2, it's the end of this project, which of course means another project is incoming. Rather than move straight onto another major project alongside Mass Effect, because that's taking up a lot of my time, what I'm actually going to do is my Interproject project, which is a game I'm going to keep. It makes sense with the repetitive nature of the game that I'm going to do, and it's one that basically I'm going to keep coming back to in between projects as a kind of rest. And that makes sense when you understand kind of what the game is and how it works. So that's going to be next, and just after this I will drop a trailer for what it is. So I just want to say for one final time, thank you very much. If you've watched this whole series, I'm very thankful for that, because this is one of my favourite games and I love it, and if I can share that with anyone, I love to have had the chance to do so. As you can see, I put a lot of thought and effort into this one, like the visualizing and stuff like that, so like that should tell you how much this game means to me, and I hope over the course of this I've got that across to you. If you haven't played the game, I hope you do, and if you have played the game, I hope I've kind of rekindled any love you had for it. I don't know if I've been successful in any of those things, but I'd like to try. Anyway, for one final time on Wario Land 3, thank you very much. I've been the Doctor with the Infamous Gentleman. This has been Wario Land 3. We have perfected the game, and here is a trailer for what's coming next. Thank you very much, and good day.
Step aside, I'll turn the